My ensign Mamunina Qua Babio, and Rasso said EKOSIISEN Jumedi and Bremo. It was Asempa 94.7 FM, so 19 minutes after 2. Good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us. Wherever you may be in Ghana and around the world. In Shasron Kuma Munina Qua Babio, EKOSIISEN Brenaso, Medin your Sabon Sufremiobi. I would want to thank the production team. The best in town at the moment. Dominic Isiaboa, Nana Chumberema, Nana Kwadede Yurenchi Jackson in Tiamoa, Eric Opari DJ Yayo, and a Queen Star Japan. Yabo Medijumedi Bremo every weekday 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And Yen Shadan Semre, we have a really packed show. There's Thursday afternoon, the 9th of May 2019. Yera studio Hayani and Sa Eka statement if he Honorable Ofosuampo for chairman of the NDC the lawyers in Sem na say Oshe statement na it's from Ayeni and Feli almost the law officers of Ayeni and Feli letter of invitation in the way the lawyers upon the instruction of one client, Honorable Ofosuampo Omatro Ediakwakoma CID Director General. This is signed by Dr. Dominic Akurin Tinga Ayeni. In Timino better details are a woman, but the Kenyana basically and they say or more the instruction of their clients to tell the CID say enya dia invitation or diamano or bebane abachna. Yeah, kase NDC Council of Elders and so a press conference our party headquarters here in Accra. Alhaji Mahama Idrisu and address a press conference. All members of the National Executive and the National Council of Elders of the party present. We will be going there to share with you and some of the Tujano Ebi. But before that, Yene over swamp of lawyers EBD and Komo. So Bibia Toma would get to speak to the Ghana Police Service, the Criminal Investigations Department. Na yashe enra letter omode ebaye and reaction aban what they make of it. Yebenya lawyer ni panyi bi nso na yene no edi enkomo ne yesua de kakra about enra letter no the wording of the letter and in sema ewom saying the city was it the right way to couch sentences from a couch here in that particular letter? And I said to say you be this uncommon in every way we could see saying so. As you are aware, we are live on Asempa FM from our national studios 355 Fanofa Street in Kokomlemle, Accra. Stations are hold one soon at Ghana. I have 5 Jumedie from Tamale ABC Radio, Salagakan FM, Sunyane Storm FM, Brekum Agro FM, Akomadan Time FM and a Cruise FM, Obuasi OFM, Ejera Neje FM. Uchem Ebesen ko Sekendi Takrade Ehaya Seda 105.9 FM. We're also live on a number of affiliate radio stations in the United Kingdom, in the US of A, and Germany. Yemamunyina Akwaba. Or Facebook and so I will share Asempa 94.7 FM, your page on Facebook. Until you first have to like our page. Now, if you want to live streaming, no, or Twitter and so I'll be to my following handle here at Asempa 947. Me, I'm a personal handle at Philip Bonso. More Instagram no Asempa 94.7 FM on Instagram. Maybe our WhatsApp message be up with the brain. Line out the best here 0546 382 287 0546 382 287. Fabrani and Shankai Emma. EKOSIISEN so Feco Spray Starch, Eboya, Manigram, African Queen Mackerel, CB Men and Women Capsules, your Echelon Engineering Limited, Sasso Insecticide Spray and Coil, Kojak Pharmacy Limited, Roma Insecticide Spray, and a Franco Trading Enterprise. Phone Papa Pafi, and you may query why me EKOSIISEN Bremo and let me acknowledge some of your viewers on Facebook. And Patrice Lumumba Opon says, watching you live from Harrison in New York. Thank you so much, my brother. Just in case, I also say watching you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Yawo Yao Adomako Abrakon Blay. I say hi, Obi. You guys are doing a great job. Watching you guys live from South Africa. Thank you for joining us. Fawaz in Amasaman says, listening to you live from Amasaman, looking forward to an interesting show today. Happy birthday to Safo of Latebio Koshi. Fawaz in Amasaman, dear or their brain any. Komi Dominic, our win constituent, also watching you live with pride from Koforidia Efidiase. Thank you. Kwekua Sibe says, watching live from Kanda Club 10. Kanda Club 10. Thank you. Bobby Big Boss says, good day, Obi. A very good afternoon to Ernest Yaokomi of Akwetia. Thank you. Nana Adwene Pahine Odi Asempa the second. Adwene Pahine Odi Asempa the second. Honestly, I'm watching you live from Communication Hills Estate. Today is my birthday. Help me thank God for all this day. Okay, Eradia Yiko, keep the blessings coming. Thank you and a happy birthday to you. Nana Kwekwampon says, good afternoon, Obi. It's live and clear inside Sohum T Junction. Greetings to Honorable Brian Achampon and that of Honorable Kojo Opon in Chroma. Thank you, Ekria. Opokwajiman says, good afternoon, Obi. Watching you live from the United Kingdom. Thank you as well. Trump Jr. says, good afternoon, my beloved family, Ghanaians. Okay. And there are other people in Sweden tuning in. Francis Mafo says, good afternoon, Obi. Watching you live from Japan. God bless you and the entire nation. Ishmael Akumenyi in Takrady. Good afternoon to you. And Timoa, more share on Facebook, yada munyina ase. Papa Panyami Inshra munyina. And just stay with us. We've got something great coming up on the show this Thursday afternoon. And 31 minutes after 2, maybe I would begin with this letter. Now, Yetumi Atwa. So, in the letter, said the medical canon, it's to the Director General Criminal Investigations Department, Ghana Police Service, our police headquarters, Accra, or say letter of invitation. And I can say we act as lawyers for Mr. Samuel Ofoswampo, for the national chairman of the NDC, and have his instructions to respond to your letter dated May 7th, 2019 and referenced CID/AR 125/2019/34. It is common knowledge that our client and one other person are currently the subject of criminal proceedings in court in criminal case number, and the case number instituted. Okay. It should be entitled The Republic vs. Samuel Ofoswampo and Anthony Kwekubuahin. The charges against them arose out of investigations your office claims to have undertaken into certain voice recordings after the violence-ridden Ayawaso West Wugon by-elections. You would recall that when your office claimed to have intercepted a tape, our client, upon honoring your invitation, was arrested and interrogated for several hours by your investigators on suspicion of having committed the offense of kidnapping, among others. Realizing that the statement contained in the unconstitutionally obtained tape could not sustain the charge of kidnapping against our client, your office immediately dropped that charge. Having carefully reviewed your letter against the background of the ongoing prosecution of our client, we are unable to resist the conclusion that your invitation and so-called investigations into kidnapping, arson, and other crimes is collateral to the ongoing criminal trial, and that its purpose is partly to prejudice our client's defense. Into the letter goes on and on. But nipa an inside letter ye asye Dr. Dominic Akorintinga Ayeni. Doc, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, and you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Okay, so can you confirm that you've sent this response to the police CID?
Yes, I can confirm that we delivered it this afternoon on behalf of our client, the national chairman of the National Democratic Congress.
But you recognize in this letter that every citizen of the Republic has that constitutional mandate to assist our security services in discharging their mandate and all of that. Meanwhile,
that is true.
Meanwhile, in this same letter, you claim that your client would not respond to the invitation of the CID. Why?
Well, there is no contradiction there if your question implies that there is any. That is because we as lawyers for the national chairman are seeking, to, protect him against the violation of his rights, and that is his right to fair trial, his right to human dignity, as well as, his right to freedom of association, including the freedom to be part of any political association or political, party. And so we are doing so mindful of the constitutional duty, of every citizen as encapsulated in Article 41 of the Constitution, to cooperate with law enforcement for purposes of, the detection and prevention of crime. And so we are not saying that we are advising him to shy away from the performance of that duty. In fact, it will be unethical as lawyers, to ask our clients not to perform a constitutional duty. But we think that our client has done so. He has cooperated with them in the first instance, and that is why the prosecution is going on in the case that is before the Commercial Division of the High Court. But we will not also sit idle and allow his right to a fair trial to be undermined, by an attempt, further interrogating on the issue of kidnapping, which was, first raised and dropped. And the fact that the CID made no reference whatsoever to the previous allegations that were made against him when he was first arrested and interrogated means that they are keenly aware of the connection between the ongoing criminal trial and then, the investigation that they purportedly wanted or want, to undertake. And that is why we are making it abundantly clear to them that this is prejudicial to the case that is ongoing in court.
But is that not where the point is, in that since the CID did not make reference to, the earlier investigations upon which Mr. Ofosu-Ampofo himself, submitted himself to police investigation and interrogation, as you alluded to in this letter, that's where the point really is, that this is another completely different issue. The CID makes the point that this is, pursuant to interrogation of some suspect in their custody, and they mentioned the name of Mr. Ofosu-Ampofo in relation with some kidnapping cases and arson cases. So I think there is no clear connection, between the two issues. Don't you think so?
Well, if you are sitting in the comfort of your studio, you might come to a conclusion. Looking at the events that have taken place. But we have the benefit. I'm talking about the legal team.
Yes.
We have the benefit of having been there when the first interrogation took place, and also the benefit, of the disclosures that have been made by the Attorney General. And we think that the connection between the two is very obvious.
Okay.
And it is, patently clear to us that the reason they are doing this is because they want to undermine our client's defense in court. I would not go into the merits, and I would not go, I would not want to explicate the connection, because if I do, I will be going into the merits of the case that is before the judge, and because it's sub judice, I will stay on the surface of it. And then also, I know that Asempa FM will be sending reporters to court.
Yes.
As the case, makes its way through the court system. And therefore, along the line, I'm sure you will agree with us that the connection, is inextricable.
So you have the advice of your client to inform the police CID that he is not attending to this invitation.
In fact, it is we who have advised our client.
Okay.
That he should not, in the interest of justice, and in the interest of the fair trial rights of our client under Article 19 of the Constitution, he should not honor the invitation.
I've heard people argue that maybe it's because of the wording of the letter. The CID is calling on your client to come assist it in their investigation. Some have argued that the CID should have been a bit frontal. For example, that your client is a suspect and that he is needed immediately for police investigations. That would have changed the dynamics, no?
Well, I don't know whether just by merely saying that the person is a suspect, it's enough for him, legally to be bound or compelled to come to the police station. I believe that in the normal course of things, if the police have reasonable grounds or probable grounds to believe that a crime has been committed by the suspect, first of all, in the current circumstances, they need a warrant from a court of competent jurisdiction to be able to arrest him. Right? Unless the crime is being committed in front of the policeman, in respect of which there is no need for a warrant. So if they come with a warrant of arrest, all right, as lawyers, we will never say that our client should not honor the arrest, or he should resist arrest. But in the circumstances where he's not named as a suspect, he's not under arrest, and they're just merely being told that there are allegations that are being made against him. And in the circumstances where we know that there is an inextricable link between what took place in the first instance that resulted in the trial and the current attempt to interrogate him further, we think that it is legally advisable that he should not cooperate with them.
My final question will be that we know our security agencies operate and function based on intelligence. Would it be out of place that if based on a certain intelligence they have, and by that, the name of your client has been mentioned by some suspect and all of that, would it be out of place for them to invite your client to come help them in investigations?
Oh, I don't think it is ordinarily out of place. But in the extraordinary circumstances in which we find ourselves, where, he has been interrogated for several hours, is undergoing trial, and something that, was the prime basis for inviting him for the interrogation is now being resurrected and being placed in the gap of, a new, a piece of evidence. We are very skeptical about the assertion that there is intelligence that implicates him. In any case, if there is intelligence that implication, he's not going to be the sole basis. If, for instance, he asserts his right to remain silent, if the police say that they cannot proceed with any investigation, because he's entitled under the Constitution to assert his right to remain silent and remain silent throughout the trial. From investigation to trial, he can do that. Are they saying that they cannot bring him to court, as a result of that? Then it means that they don't have credible intelligence.
In this response to the CID, you made the point that the overarching reason why you advise your client not to go is that you think it will injure, his opportunity for a fair trial. His party has said that they read some political undertones in all of this, and that the ruling administration would want to prevent the national chair of the largest opposition party from going about his normal duties as a chair of his party. Would you want to agree to that claim?
Well, I don't. I wouldn't say that as lawyers that is our primary concern, but it is certainly the concern. A substantial concern on the part of our client. He thinks that, and I believe that the party is also thinking along the same line. That this is a grand scheme, designed to distract him from the performance of his duties as the national chair. And I believe that the tape, gave them that opportunity, and the government is exploiting it probably, through the police institution. And that is why we made the point that under the Constitution and laws of Ghana, the police is part of the public services of Ghana, and therefore must conduct its affairs as an organ of the state
EKOSIISEN
devoid
on
of
Asempa
political partisanship.
Okay. Lawyer, we would end it here, and then if need be, we would come back to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Asempa FM.
Okay. So, lawyer Dominic Akurintiga Ayeni. Doctor S.I. candidate when I'm attending. Currently, said American etri mono the lawyers. Chairman of Swamp of Lawyers etune for say onyane say police for nsa wona to area friend no mo say manenko because o man who say okwa the police for person wo ye na nhwa na asem e wo court no ye akwa akosai sa asem na enimwa owura ofusu ampofo enti no ne the omaka kire no and they've made a point say ono nso wo ho kwan as a citizen of the country say o ka se wo hia ne say o meboa na ye hwehwemu a otumi ka kire wo say da bi menimwa bia edema e wo san hwehwemu ne ho say police for ebeko court akwaje arrest warrant de na court nso be grant won de a eno de omunia eho asem bia ka on be hye ne say onko enti wei ene nkomo a Dr. Dominic Ayeni ene yen edi enche ye be hwe say press conference a ekoso party ne headquarters nso ene de efri ho airban nso no ye betumi yakoyate say omawie press conference no ewo party headquarters and Alhaji Mahama Idrisu and address a press conference. We will be going there in a moment. Now, after the NDC National Council of Elders, and so war Edema Ghana for fast answer me, Yamamonso Metumi Atibi. Who are joined 0546 382 287 0546 382 287. Ubetimi Ede Abba na Yenso Yetio. Na ohwe again letter from lawyers now concluding part which last paragraph no make say finally our client has instructed us to make it abundantly clear to you which we hereby do that he is a politician and as the national chairman of the NDC, the largest opposition party in the country, he and his party leadership and members cannot help but notice the failing security situation in the country since the present government took office. Your invitation, its tone and insinuations is simply an attempt to pass the buck and shift the blame over the increasing inability of the security agencies, including your outfit, to manage and control failures of the security and the governance structures of the country as a whole. Looking for scapegoats would not improve the situation. And to weigh any the final part of the statement, lawyers no etimi edi etuja. There are some other messages I answer aka ewaha. Okay. Wow. Ma menkai ways. Good afternoon, Obi. I'm really short of words. What is the CID boss talking about? Let all appeal to this woman that Ghana does not belong to the NPP led by President Nana Akufo-Addo. She needs to know by now that she's plunging this country into chaos. Chairman of Swamp is not above the law, not even the president. But the way she's carrying herself is a real threat to our country's democracy. Kojo Tradels, they are braying anyway. Say the NDC should not dare disrespect the laws of Ghana by preventing their chairman of Swamp from honoring the invitation by the CID. They should prove to us that indeed they are a law-abiding party worth supporting, else they will stay in opposition for 200 years. That's Jomo Pokwase Festus. They are Onodiaba Enono. This one says that it baffles to say I won't respond to a call from a security agency that seeks the protection of a state. His charge is alleged as we speak. So if it is false, then he has to go and prove his innocence, else the law will compel him to. He is tagged as Ofusu Ampofo, the alleged kidnapper, Morris at Kaswa. They are any. Okay, let me see the other messages coming through. If you think you are innocent on the lady's pregnancy, then why are you running away from the DNA test? Samuel Ofoswampo for Pa, George Quatten in Adenta. Tafawamra here, I'll say, Obi, I'm also appealing to all right-thinking Ghanaians to speak and condemn the police harassment on political party leaders. We need to maintain our peace and unity in this country. This one says, okay, me name nipa kro the odi udin ye kan ho anke beboa yen. He is asking, say, Radio Gold and XYZ have just been closed down and all of that. Many lawyer ya upon in common a private legal practitioner meba would deal with the other issues
EKOSIISEN on Asempa
the
Fm.
close down of some radio stations some few minutes ago. Enti yebedi no hon komo ba lawyer ya upon abe cancer wa homa so lawyer akwaba apomu ye de
na me gusu sha me na so e
nyame adome nso me ho ye papa ene dia me gidi se CID letter omo koma NDC national chair wanya bi akan
me hu se krata bi eni na obonten a na me hu ni se o de frɛ ye papa Asempa Fm police for pese oba no ni din kita ho bi no me hu also de se party a da ntu na the friend
na ebi akan ne no makan ne lawyers nso responded to sa letter me ne lawyer panyin Dominic Ayini edi nkomo sisi a omo ka se omo dwen ho omo te ase enye because police for na based on omo investigations omo si omo aye no and I'm so Emma chairman of Asempa for ewo court sisi a oman no ede ne wo court a omo hwe aka court asem inti eden na sa police for na nso esan kofa related charges bi ni ade esan de ba se enunti no omra inti omotunefo se emane nko anya sa case na e wo court no anhwa na akwa hete the chance of fair trial
anti o pese bi tremaju
yes
me di kan inda penny Dominic Ayini abin wo lo mu obi eni wa san kra tremaju on my masters that anti so nipa say ni omo kire no ene say ye di omo chi ni ehun ye o court so ni say o ya lawyer ni our client ebe te so obeti atu anum no o de be famra no ho na say emra no ma no ho kwan say o maun sa asudie no se kodi akire ma no na unsu timi kokan ni ya enu na se odi so senya oti kan no se waka no mpe se omo na tunefo lawyer de obetimi senya aka no tufo to ne client fo na mom ya na enhyenim se ne client no ope we so offer enti ebepim ne ya se bi mente se opani na nkasa to ne no
EKOSIISEN on Asempa Fm.
Ana se otu anamo bi a any friend na ya police for to almost a friend no brand maybe me we that so say bring so say okwa ni this so beko
but the lawyers akacha ne say emanenko
na okay na me so me say lawyers ye two afutu
yes
ye client say ompe ni say wanya ye betwe na so there o client mum no ka say bibi say na bia nso no office ni mra ni bo bra na wanya no mum ne betime yi wadie ana say bia obeka jo so tune bi no onfa na say mra obi ni hu da say lawyer bia tu ne client fo na we ni na lawyer ni mum man client no a fa kan bi so e dia asotwe bebre no
but say wo hwe the wedding of sa letter now so we hu bi akan on social media me chere CID for letter no wo free say ne kwan so ano no say wo ka say obi me assist in investigations unka say nipa ne suspect ana say bibi sa say all right so be ka say ma ana
kakra minim ni say ya na no ye asem da police for e de fa ho e betimi kora ba say omo stem no muhwehwe mu ne omu hia obi abo o ma be dia dance ama omo enti e tie nsafre wo a ya na nye da bia na chere say ye pese ye pe wa bo kwa du ana ye pe wa chew nhwehwemu ne bi omo ye na oye omamba pe bia oma ti se bia wati asem bia omo hwehwemu no hu bi ana se bia udi bia wo nti no sansem na se unim hu bi bi kra na ya sempa a ebeboa omo ama omatimi aboa yen bambo ye enti ano de kona okotia then yese ubetimi de ponko konsu ho nanso o kasa o hye no so ono ma o ye ne den ono na twi nso yese obi mfani tabenkum kire ni papa fie da metiase obrofo mu esan beye emrade a nde so ntimi nso nshi obi ma ono ageze mu a ono ane hofo ana on kase mu a ebetia no emraka kra
EKOSIISEN on
no
Asempa FM
ebetimi abase enka okomom kotia asem kro na nyenye se ube ya no nya no se ni ombeka se ye no nyo eno so no constitution no ne ye mra na fasa ansem we hu nyina na epefe ne lawyer te kuku dam omuni mpochen ye ombetimi atu no futa kwan so
yo lawyer ma yemfa NC yeda asese ode wa dwenkyre yi ama yem fi se ye nyina yesua de yeda aseba bibia ne yebesen aba ho bio why
yo nyame hira mu nyina
yeda ase nti lawyer ya opon ene yete ne kan EKOSIISEN so ni e wa Asempa FM nti yenya ne ntia se ukọ NDC headquarters as we speak press conference a council of elders na ba wiye na nipa wa address president Makan Alhaji Mahama Idrisu waka se the council of elders of the NDC has challenged the police CID to arrest party chairman Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo following the party's decision not to honor the CID's latest invitation to him. Now, party Nasenaka said all former ministers and appointees will no longer cooperate with inquisitorial and investigative bodies set out by government to harass and intimidate its members. And the Omo Kenyana said, Council of Elders no swaka says a police for power omo de omo mra meche wo national chairman. Na party no so share former ministers any appointees nyina say bodies investigative bodies ne ade a o mine de si ho say omo nhwe ntoto amanfo ano no say you say ya no be ye won adwuma harassing kofo ne ade de a enya ade ombema former appointee bia so ene won aye adwuma eno ne nsem a ebobo eba nti yebekọ party no headquarters na afei yakwa akotie de ekoso ewo ho. But this one says that good afternoon Obi, you see why it is always good to have elders speak to sensitive issues. When you call Dr. Dominic Ayeni, look at how mature he presented his argument. At high time the media houses stopped calling he mentions some names. Or see, we are the future of this country, and so we should exhibit maturity whenever we have the opportunity. Aki ewo Efia constituency in Takrade. Nedia ono edia breye ini. Where say my name is and so what? Writing from Apeguso. Ewe so Jamande. So why is the NDC crying wolf? Since when did an invitation by the police to a citizen become a recipe for disaster in our country? I don't blame them. If the police had caused the man's arrest, this Buhaha wouldn't have arisen in the first place. Thank you. Alhaji Hamza, Ewo Pig Farm. Or see, interesting times we live in this country, but wonder shall never end. The Ghana CID, on behalf of the NPP, that's not a fair comment to make. The Ghana CID is trying to divert attention from the shameless behavior of the NIA officers. But the NPP should not forget that they are not going to be in power forever. But I can assure the NPP that no amount of harassment or intimidation will stop the NDC from winning the 2020 elections, inshallah. The voice of the people is the voice of God. In fact, my heart bleeds for this nation, and what we need now are prayers for our dear country. Okay. The NDC are being overly emotional and intellectually dishonest. Why cry foul over a mere invitation by the police if you are innocent? Their needless show of bravado, coupled with that obnoxious reply to the police, leaves me with no impression that Mr. Ofosu-Ampofo cannot purge himself from recent spate of kidnapping and arson. Be that as it may, I am extremely disappointed in the police for babysitting him. He should have been behind bars by now. Chia, Sir Obama, Pokwase. This one says, does the NDC expect Ghanaians to beg their chairman to honor the invitation to the CID? What is happening in this nation? After delivering poorly in government, you go ahead to sabotage a competent government, creating insecurity in the country. This unpatriotic and wicked mindset of the opposition must be treated with disgust. No one is above the law. When citizens are dragged to the police station, who helps or supports them? Okay, the NDC should give us a break. Success PK Kaswa. Okay, there are some pictures coming through of police phobia. Baby, I would want to believe the premises of some radio stations. So there is eternal, unconfirmed though, but you go so a follow Ashe said here. And you maybe see a call. Bobby Big Boss will teach a man tell say, if I were to be chairman of a swamp of, I will just render an apology to the people of Ghana for everything to come to an end. As said in Romans 3:23, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Bobby Big Boss, will teacher mante. Lot and lot of your messages. Good afternoon to you, Sir Andy, who are Seda FM in Takrade. Good afternoon to all our listeners in Takrade. We are working around the clock to get to speak to people from the NDC, well, national headquarters. Inti Monchain Yenya Yanu Ebit Miedin. Come on, Sanano, Maminfa way in Chem say Echelon Engineering Limited, say Fantum names and more per company of Babi install CCTV cameras among Wufie. Biometric access control, fire and burglar alarm, video intercom, electric fence, or require professional electrical wiring for your home, office, or project, then please speak to Echelon Engineering Limited.
On Asempa
Fm. Into me wow. Na okwa yewo over 7 years experience in doing this job. Ye nneoma so ye be adwuma ama no say CCTV camera na ye dey ba o. So biometric access control ni ebe install yama wo ni nyina e wo 2 to 5 years warranty. Enti freyen e wo 0243 850217 0243 850217. Echelon Engineering or say performance assured. Samsung na mu amu use cars. Havolin synthetic engine oils aba ediamamo. Enti ene wo engine no ebeche etimi abo adwuma yi a e wo se wo use Havolin synthetic. Me kwa homan so communications director and you know your director of communications at the NDC lawyer Kakra Samoa aba be cancer. Lawyer akwa aba not then. Ma yet ne no kwara the Council of Elders nipo kasama wono what there please see I there wo pa wo mecho fu so ampofo na won hwe dem not a
asema Council of Elders for kan yi there what NDC fu we chiru the chairman of the read all notification by the CPD of the Ghana Police Service.
The chairman should not honor the invitation.
Yes.
And what my reasons in ta?
What reasons are?
Yeah, maybe say that what my reasons in ta work adema.
What my reasons?
Now what's it then?
The chairman of some of the original court that na ensema we face the kufa do bay obiara obakase tie biara ono yen wasem ye chairman ye budu ye jinini obi a wo ye fon Ghana ogbor in 30 years why a regional minister da why a minister of the republic da why a district chief executive da why some
be or be I want to win you now, we do to me. Na Kufado, na Nipuisofo. I drink one. Inda, why ye, Ochina, why ye, Adichan, why ye. In all cousin, or ye, me your share, send it for Kredua. Ah, 2 hours down. Go be nano, Wakade, in the Safana Wakad Napo, Takrade. On 2 hours down, only be a war. When you recast the CCI, ye be a number of war. Inti Alhaji Idris Mahama, Obise put the 2 hours down corner. Has she invited herself to the police to answer questions on why she chose to be the true Ghana on such a sensitive matter like this? Into a man, reasons P are up and this which the one young pen ma Ufusan Ampofo on the invitation.
Now, or council there say all former appointees and ministers will no longer cooperate with inquisitorial or investigative bodies set out by government to harass and intimidate its members.
Yes.
But what kind of them?
Yes, what are them?
Why would they say a thing like that? Okay, now me busa there. Also, why there? What kind of them?
The body.
Yes.
This is some time on that we're in a period of intimidation and harassment, in which even a journalist has been killed. In which a journalist sought the future outside this country, all sit down under the censorship of the Fourth Republic. Before the Fourth Republic, there was some way to them now. Before the Republic, no journalist has been killed simply because he did his job as a journalist. No journalist has gone into exile simply because he was doing his job as a journalist. Where she was, the Nekufa do not do. Nadamana, oye make him now.
Anti legitimately, no, if investigative body. Okay, Mpocho, since you eta. Na me busa there into legitimately say investigative body be real when ejuma na oko here there wo beton safre any former appointee wo be considered as harassment.
Yes. No kasan Alhaji Idrisu Mahama on kasan okasa chan yiti.
Into in there say bande say special prosecutor return safre any former appointee or harassment memo nko.
Mama can't matter for the repeat.
Oh no, me pede ye oh ye clear na party for we take no what I
say.
Now at this same event no ye say that announcement be there national security for na BN94 have stormed the offices of SY's and Radio Go to close those 2 stations down. Them not was there an official announcement at the event? They be there.
Yes, what kind? Yes.
Okay. Miss Onanam Pedemu. Aye.
Okay.
Okay. Lawyer, Mamendase, aye.
Madasi Bibi, Madasi.
And lawyer Kakre Samoa and Moten and Karinti confirmation of what we heard earlier. Say Council of Elders Chairman Aka say Chairman of Uswampofo police invite no emanenko. Now mo Council of Elders na F4 position a party no etake so. Enyo no nko a ene almost say any investigative body so to nsafre any former appointee a omo be fa ne say harassment into anyade ombema any former appointee attended to any invitation from any investigative body of the state. And one of the end course so it was our press conference here and Monte there's one here from Paul De Suso. Say, good afternoon, Obi. I'm scandalized, surprised, and ashamed about the way the police CID is carrying herself in the ongoing political and security-related issues of our motherland, Ghana. My question to the CID boss this afternoon are, has there been any investigation carried out to establish hardcore evidence that can link the NDC national chairman of having any form of communication with those who are making the allegation? Obi, if we do not take care, we would be setting bad precedents by giving criminals the room to function and ride behind politics anytime a criminal is arrested. They will call a name of a well-known politician just to take attention of the criminal act committed. Obi, I think the police CID could have handled this in a more professional way by not making the letter public until they have all evidence to prove his involvement. What if after investigations and the police CID is unable to provide any evidence or involvement, would they not have destroyed and damaged the integrity and credibility of the NDC chairman in a matter he has no idea about? Sad days for Mother Ghana. And once again, diversion of attention from the NIA rot and the threat on press freedom by the NPP government. Thank you. Paul De Suso. But we do not know, say, CID in the leaky letter and I say, and you're on the leaky letter. That point should be made clear. Good afternoon. Is the NDC Council of Elders telling Ghanaians that Ofosu-Ampofo is bigger than the law? How can they say all former appointees of the former administration should not honor any invitation of the state? Time will tell. Regards to Honorable Mavis Hawakumsin. I say Chairman Woon to me in Kaswa. Or no, they are braying any. Okay. This one says, okay. Let's hear your thought as well. 0546382287. Na yenti the war MIA. This one says that interestingly, the evil that men do by covert or overt means has just started backfiring right from their own backyard. And okay, and more messages so ba mama ehwente say o message ne ho antena ye full of attacks and yade aye bekan e de amamo enti
EKOSIISEN on Asempa
10 minutes after 3 EKOSIISEN so ni e wa Asempa 94.7 FM where say if Ofosu-Ampofo is a true as the elder of a church, he should have apologized a long time ago to the people of Ghana. Jesus Christ said, "Peace I give to you." Ghana, we need peace. God bless Ghana. In cancer, Holland, they are braying. No. Now me can have all in synthetic engine oils. No wasem atremo. Na and the engine oil are eba in various forms. Into your 5W20, 5W30, 5W40, and 10W40. Nema wo engine etimi gina nan so bo adwuma yie. Nema engine nso eche. Now you say Hallmark Oil Limited Ghana had your money ton Havolin synthetic engine oils no. Na engine oil free Chevron and when say Chevron and so they are the most preferred choice worldwide. Enti free Hallmark now the Hallmark in Nkomo 0501 400978. Your ACP Kwabenya on the ACP road. Kwabenya on the ACP road. Your website and so hallmarkoil.com. Ubenya Havolin synthetic engine oils ni biato. Havolin no waje so proactive protection for all engines. Monso amutie wa manone eya amotai soma sika ebefie. E de brebusuafo adofo no menuanom ewofie. Muntie se ene mra e wo se udi sika sende na obi koko join queue e wo bank ene ade na etwam. Inti ene no betima na directly aba nipa ne phone so ewo Ghana ha. Inti ebeba directly to nipa ne phone ewo Ghana. MoneyGram edo won toma bo ZPay dia no ena etu sa na mo. Inti so bi wo Ghana ha. De wasa wo ya ne se soma o din fa o din o mobile number ene wa address fa soma o nipa o wa abrochire. Na afi ono send you scanner or best select mobile wallet at the receive option. Now if your amount of the sound down or the account, now information or the man will enter in the within or mobile number and address or the account no me send per no within 7 seconds or Ghana ha ubenya alert. Say assume see an obtain assume sike e de abrel intishan so FRMIA. My many Eric Ahianyo enin komo because from information I yet at least the announcement that was made at the NDC press conference no yet say a police for ne NCA impenye for ako radio XYZ akọ close station down, and we are told say Radio Gold in Sweka home. Inti Eric Ahianyo ye adwuma e wo XYZ broadcasting me ene no eni enkomo. Eric akwa be kosi sen so ni.
Yo minia otedan bibia boko.
Nya me na do na won so e.
Pocho mo huye.
As we speak, Radio XYZ were off air.
Pocho nokar you were off air.
Inti obi the nearest station to one frequency oyeshe bibia amba.
Yes, obetchim frama on she.
And about time we call off air.
You cross off air about 30 minutes ago. That is around 2:40 thereabouts. No abandonment NC Impenyufo Odu baby no now we were challenging why they would have to treat us this way. I was not paying attention, but the engineers were working around the facilities. That was about 30 minutes ago. Only the most macatro. You call off in Cheribia.
Na one anum na wabeshati station down.
Pocho you will have area bree and one yenejume yetensam yesterday NDC Council of Elders war press conference no yanjin and mawaso colleagues made sure that they went to cover the event. We decided they have a pick event in the live. And them time no nam yes Alaji Idris will kasa into we already live broadcasting. And yesterday was in Penyufubia Befia. It's a personally me pray me when one police pickup and NCA one bus and another 4-wheel drive and a very well armed police officers where there 8 or 9 with AK-47 now of course gadgets are where such operations are working. What by they want to see us na police premises wall no car corner ebinum gina yard num ebinum gina yan front desk na ebinum so baby a NC officials be say bia wodu won echu nti ebisa on there na ba sama what was the crack ebe me as a crack any wo hin. Fortunately main chief operating officer Benny Anti was around nti ye nwan betina ho me ebisa on there amenze was won yishi crack any what be me say won fa crack any man ye hwe ye hwe crack na or ye dated 8 May 2019 addressed to the director headline here expiration of FM radio frequency authorization. Now, nobody tewa. More patching there was an issue. Oya Electronic Communications Tribunal sat on an issue. So better a number of radio stations NPP ba banumono. There was a ruling there. Yet the cow yen license over a long period. In Tibinum the cow 4 million. Tibinum the cow 30 million a day. The master no court ma Electronic Communications Tribunal no yamfando bokwi no kede all the other radio stations must renew their licenses. Now paragraph 2 and 3 of NCA 1 cartel or signed by Joe Anoche, Director General of the Bay. Also we make reference to the decision of the Electronic Communications Tribunal in the appeal ECT blah blah blah. Second paragraph let's say please note that the tribunal in its decision quashed the penalties imposed by the authority on defaulting FM stations, which is very key to conversation. Not the tribunal in arrival in its decision in the above case also stated that the former holder of an authorization reserves the same position as a fresh application when the authorization expires. Now, we have not renewed our licenses to operate. We have written several correspondence to NCA. One was dated July 5th, 2017. Notice of suspension of operations. Another one, written on September 29th, 2017. Rejoinder, failure for penalty to apply for renewal of authorization before expiration. Yes, all the particulars package presented the NCA will receive letter of commitment, request for renewal license, application for renewal of broadcasting authorization, and radio XYZ technical characteristics, XYZ broadcasting certificate to commence business, certificate of incorporation, corporate structure, the Companies Act. I don't want to bore you, but these are statutory requirements about renewal license. We have done not one letter, about 3 letters. We have done several follow-ups. The board has to meet. We will come back to you severally from 2017. So, Otu baby, no, the assumption was that, well, maybe we don't know what is happening. Let's wait and see. only to be taken by surprise. In there we have been asked to close down because we have not renewed our license. So I asked the lawyer that you are a lawyer, you are a legal advisor to your company. And so if your company, that is in this case, I'm referring to NCA, is asking this directive to be done, have you referred to your records to check if we made an application, or perhaps you served us notice that by this date, if you don't renew your license, this is what will happen? Because we also are a business entity. We have contractual agreement with our advertising agencies, Nate. It's not fair. There, Overbanner was immediately with immediate effect. What the lawyer told me was that as for them, they are carrying directives, and so they are serving us the notice. The engineers who accompanied the policeman and the lawyer would see to it that they disconnect us, and then they will leave. If we have any correspondence or any follow-up, we should come to the NCA. They will respond to us.
And since then, no, wafre NCA.
Yen lawyers, yen directors, akasa, which is the perhaps no better approaches, because immediately yen free NCA without notifying them. Which is they are looking at all the records we have as evidence of correspondence between us and NCA. Now with the children, I can tell you that one, but when they are aware of what is going on, and they will definitely follow up.
And from there has been correspondence between the two parties. Now I want to try
correspondence from us.
Yeah, remember. I want to try. They don't respond. NCA have not responded to any.
They don't respond as far as some of the correspondence they give us responses, but as far as a renewal of license is concerned, we don't get any response on that, which we have done several follow-ups on. In Tiwaka there, I will in a year referee. I will never to Namakashe young fan there, where a disco and see how you get man, the match of weaving down never access. Nama boom, some access, there's nothing I can do. But because we're already operating as a business, what we had to do was to buy time and hope that, because we couldn't switch ourselves off.
Yes.
And they have the authority. And by acknowledgement of yen letters, because we serve the letter personally. We don't even use dispatch riders. We personally go and give them the letter, and then they receive. And then we walk away hoping that they will write back to us. It's over the period, no, NCA has not written to us that, oh, this is it, and that is what we want you to do, because we have always told them we are ready to oblige as far as the decision of the Electronic Communication Tribunal was concerned. But since then, they have not responded to us, only for them to come and tell us now that we have not renewed our licenses. Also, you are hereby directed to cease operating from the FM radio station at Accra with immediate effect and reapply for the new FM authorization if you wish to operate an FM broadcast station. Failure to comply with this directive will result in the arrest and prosecution of the directors of XYZ Broadcasting Limited for operating an FM station without authorization as enjoined by Section 24 of the Electronic Communication Act 2008, Act 775.
The last time what the correspondent NCA about this issue, I want to from one Yadaben. When was the last time?
In Zamanaka Putuprum Kakra, because Oceana
okay.
But more one of the correspondents are as far back as 29th September 2017. Now another one here, July 5, 2017. At least for now, no beginning of the menu.
Okay.
But as I told you,
but okay there in 2018. What did we call in 2018?
2018.
Yeah.
2018.
Okay.
Because we have served them the letters. Anytime we go there, we go to serve them reminders that we have this before you. And see, I cannot immediately answer that question with authority because there EAC. And just as they left, I'm getting a number of calls.
Yeah.
But as we speak, what is just before me is the referrals I've made to you.
Okay.
Subsequently, I can give you the date of all. But I can say that we have personally written as a media entity to NCA as a regulatory body that this is what our intention is. And we would have thought that after the Electronic Communication Tribunal case now, let's start afresh. If these media houses affected have written to you, obviously, because they defaulted and the Communications Tribunal ruled and then said, okay, let's write everything up and let them start. The best thing, and any corporate governance person will tell you in there, once they have written to you,
yes,
somebody at the desk obviously have to respond and give us the appropriate directive as to where to pay the money and what else to do. On one of such letters, 28th July 2017, we said package presented to National Communication Authority by XYZ Broadcast Now. Long list of 16 items. Letter of commitment, request for renewal of license, application for renewal of broadcasting authorization, and radio XYZ technical characteristics, XYZ certificate to commence business, certificate of incorporation. Please tell them that I think, and so on. See, this is dated 28 July 2017. So yes. I am only making reference to some of the documents.
Some of the documents. I get you. I get
immediately available. Requirements. NCA. And when we sent it, one of them has the stamp of National Communication Authority. 28 July 2017 as received. As received. This one, which has all the statutory requirements, NCA one stamp sidu. It is nakakra. Why the jama obi nyimede eminemu otum no more license. You have applied for renewal. Who renewal na me fam more. When my time kakra then I'll just take you by surprise. They may close to down. Reapply. And reapply. You say it is at their discretion. What's reapply for a new license? It can be 93.1, it can be any other frequency. Or they can say we don't immediately have frequency available.
For you.
When? But which is there, we still have good faith. We still believe that we are working for one country called Ghana. And our wish is that we build one Ghana with one particular objective there. We will let good governance move us to see a Ghana that is strong with media as one of the backbones to make sure we shape things for the best of ourselves. If that is what they have done, we still have faith that our lawyers, our directors will continue to correspond with them. And if there's no ill motive, at least the referrals I've made reference to will show that we made that commitment and the right thing will be done. So I am banking my hope on my wish that let's assume that we are prejudiced. So NCA is not acting without a prejudice.
Without
if
prejudice.
They have just done something, we'll do the follow-ups.
But
when
Eric,
subsequently we do the follow-up and things are not going the other way we want, then we can draw our final conclusion.
Okay. Now, Enyim, how much you were supposed to pay her? Because a card then all they will go to SKB and all of that. Enyima.
And with there was an issue regarding a kawa some of the radio stations
okay.
And I told you that XYZ those days now less than a bed or what is the cow no?
Yeah.
They said we owe 4 million. If you know the cow 10 million
okay.
That is the issue I said went to court. Which the Electronic Communication Tribunal quashed. If you remember, I made reference to NCA Krateya and there was a breheni dated 8th May 2019, paragraph 2. Of the statement signed by Joe Anoche, Director General, in the letter, paragraph 2 says, please note that the tribunal and its decision quashed the penalties imposed by the authority on defaulting FM stations.
Okay.
So the paragraph 2 satisfies me assured that so our application was only to tell them that how much are we paying and where do we make the lodgement and then you give us our license there, you have been renewed.
Okay.
I
think I get you. So
the letter they have written to us acknowledges that the tribunal in its wisdom said, let's put it aside. And so we're starting on a fresh page. That is why in 2017, when the issue was now you started processes. I don't know if I've made myself clear.
I get you, Eric. I get you. Enti ma mendase na yemfa ensi. Enti for now until there, wabeye bibia wabeye wie no. Is there a way like as we speak, no, you are off and you cannot reconnect until the why bibia we are?
Yes, we are off and we cannot reconnect. and the engineers made sure it was done before they left the premises.
Wow.
And as the last paragraph of the letter, Joe Anochi signing here, it is coming with a caution, which means BBA contrary. It is a breach of the law. Also, you are hereby directed to cease operating the FM radio station at Accra with immediate effect and reapply. Also, failure to comply with this directive will result in the arrest and prosecution of directors of XYZ Broadcasting Limited for operating an FM station without authorization as enjoined by Section 24 of the Electronic Communication Act 2008 Act 775.
Wow. Eric, Mamendase, aye.
But before I talk on FM, when we established or we all endorsed the 1992 Republican Constitution from Rollins Nabero to this in there, if that is how the media is being handled, Rollins from 92 to 2000, Yen Papa Penina Ghana Funina Yegunu President Kufuor from 2000 to 2008, if that time Fanny Crency from 2009 to 2012 Numa Oka Baby and Mahama till 2016 if that is how every media house is being handled, Ghanaian democracy in Keyedu Baby away. I have worked with a number of media houses, including multimedia, and all of us know the passion with which we wish that we can grow our democracy by putting everybody on its toes and still use our medium to share information and also to educate. So it is not only a platform just to be tagged as such. If my media platform is shut down, the radio goes, Waka shutting it down. I don't know which other media house has been shut down. What conclusion do you want me to draw? Any Ghanaian listening to me today, how do you conclude? And if we are a media fraternity and these things are allowed to grow, it started in 2017 as soon as there was a change in government. It sent a certain signal. People became suspicious. Now, Tribunal Abuegu, it said that we are getting closer to another season where these platforms will be a mouthpiece to make a lot of things out there to the public to make their own decisions. That is why this is happening so early now, as we speak in May. Could the correspondent have said that, okay, you have not renewed your license, you're already operating, you are a business, you have been in business for a long time, so if you don't pay by this time, we'll take this action? Could it have solved this problem? Could it have been in a mutual respect of a regulatory body and a corporate entity, looking at how we want to help people to at least find food on their table?
And Eric, as we speak, Eric,
because I've been in this industry for a long time. I only weep for Ghana.
Eric, as we speak,
I only weep for Ghana.
Ebotum account authority there has not been a single letter from NCA telling you that Yama won ABA 1 month and 2 weeks, one family to our dema consequence nini, 1 year letter be them.
Send a letter that
yeah, like one deadline. Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I can't make sure the assembly I am in my office as a news editor.
Yeah.
And then they have come, I am witness to whatever has happened. You see, I can tell you that most of the things will be with the administration. And just as the NCA officials left, these calls have been coming. I've been talking to a number of media houses. So I have not readily prepared with all the necessary documents to respond to almost every conversation.
Okay.
You see, this is the beginning of a conversation.
Okay.
What it means to be made available.
What it means, Obetimu abade bia let be by administration or my one deadline be the one family A or B. I be a win to me 1 year. It's possible.
Say if it is something that has to do with a renewal of a license, I mean multimedia, you know how much it costs to renew a license.
Yeah.
On okay. So if we have written to you officially that we want to renew our license, we have sent you all the regulatory requirements. And I've mentioned the date to you when it was sent, and that there's a seal of NCA acknowledging receipt of the document we have to attach to Yen letter that we have all these things, and we have attached copies of all these documents to NCA as a regulatory body. It will be strange for NCA to tell us that if you don't satisfy requirement A, B, C, we'll close you down. I remember that we have even on this date, 6th July 2017. We even sent a check of 11,165 cedis in the name of Guarantee Trust Bank. 6th July, and it was named National Communication Authority. And I'm sure the bankers draft, we sent it to them. They rejected it. We sent this bankers draft to them. And I want to say, you can verify from Guaranteed Trust Bank or GT Bank on the date of, the date is, or a WhatsApp, I would send them, 6th July 2017. 6th July 2017. Or your bankers draft, yet the count, or your 11,165 CDs. And then they said they have to respond to us before they accept the bankers draft. So, Dama say we have made several efforts. Is it not sad that we sent you documents, we've applied for renewal of license, we've sent you a banker's draft because we know how much it costs to renew your license. You tell us that you will accept the banker's draft once you respond to our communication. And all these things were done. Yet come funded NCFO. Now, if we have given you money, we have brought documentation, we have applied. You are telling us that, okay, wait, when we respond to you, we will then acknowledge the receipt of the check. And so you keep us in the dark. Only for months, a year and a half later, you walk to us without notice that we are coming to close you down. Now, renewal of license, do you have to beg for it? Renewal of license, do you have to beg for it? Because I am an entity which has been operating for a number of years. Which is that when you walk around Ghana or Asempa, everybody knows Asempa in Ghana. It is like you mention XYZ, everybody knows XYZ. It is like you mention Joy FM, everybody knows it. It can be Radio Gold, it can be Metro TV, it can be Joy News. So if they are applying for renewal of license, it is just a documentary process, and this is the amount you pay. Go and settle the amount into this account. So if we have made all these efforts, I find into them, I'm not readily responding to that specific question, but it looks strange that somebody has come to knock your door. I am ready. This is my check, banker's draft. I want to pay. How do I go about it? Say, hold on, I will respond to you. And then you come and tell me tomorrow that you have not renewed your license. Common sense. Anybody can read meanings into this.
Eric, Enyima.
I'm sorry to use this word.
My fancy. Bibiani ebesia di nkomobio. Why? Medase Papa Panyamin Shrow. Eric Ahianyo, Jumawo XYZ broadcast. As you heard him say, or a news editor, Radio XYZ. EKOSIISEN Suni, Asempa 94.7 FM. And we do the interviews, ask the critical questions, and we leave the judgment to you. Inti yabasha si ebenya NCA mpanyifo nso a na yene won edi enkomo ewo sasemi eho. EKOSIISEN Suni Asempa 94.7 FM. If you are listening to us for the first time, you ready to need EKOSIISEN. Yasha see 2 p.m. na yedi abawi 6:30 p.m. Midi edio say bonsu. Okay, I've gotten a copy of the actual statement. Eyal Haji Mahama Idrisu Ekanye. Inti would be sharing except with you. But there are messages coming through. We see Asempa FM and all multimedia sister stations are operating, including all radio stations across Ghana, apart from Radio XYZ and Radio Gold operating with licenses that have not been renewed. The NCA invoked their powers and they are making noise. This will not happen in any country. Ghana is not a banana republic. Even Facebook or social media, when you breach any of their laws, they take you down without data. You can't log back on. Nanansa obo for United Kingdom. Nedia or no dia breye any. Let me see. Okay. Kweku Esiaman Ketia say aka Ghana Money or Washington DC. I say hi Obi. The NDC chairman, Mr. Ofoswampov, and his party members should know that by not honoring the invitation by the CID boss, he is disrespecting the laws of Ghana. And at the same time, they want Ghanaians to give them the nod come December 2020 The people of Ghana are closely monitoring the attitude and comment of the NDC executives and their flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama. The 8-year rule by Prof. Mills and the Mahama administration of mismanaging the economy is still fresh on our minds. God bless all your listeners. Thank you, my brother. Minko na minko nkodi nkomo.
Asempa FM.
The Communications Committee in Ghana's Parliament, Sam Jata George, a member of that committee, and for some of these actions, they are and all of that. If they know something about this, Honorable Akwaba, Bibi Aboko there. Good. Yenim se emre kakra besin ko NCA publish names of radio stations bia penalties bia na woso mukokotua stakeholders the omanu tumu ema minister ne ye say okay e wo say ye hwe na ye boa won we call court e kwa she say yen start on a fresh page and all of that. And they NCA ase to anamon bio e shut some of these radio stations. Now, is it something you are aware of as a committee in Parliament?
Let me make it clear. The NCA has not informed the Committee of Parliament when they carry out any such operation. And now let's be clear also, in all fairness to the NCA, they need not inform us.
EKOSIISEN on Asempa FM.
No. So they did not inform us, okay. But they have also not breached any law by not informing us.
And for you, obviously, within their powers, legitimate.
Oh, the powers to shut down a radio station, vested in the NCA, which act now. They're supposed to regulate and give authorization for the use of the Ghana spectrum, the airwaves, to do broadcasting. So when you see spectrum on Quadia, you need to speak to the NCA and get authorization and licensing from them. Near Yabeka say, I've heard, and me know who, but what we heard, they say there were quite a number of policemen, heavily armed, almost storming 2 radio stations, Radio XYZ and Radio Gold. My name say a nationwide exercise na NCA na why these 2 radio stations simultaneously at the same time? Why the certain use of excessive force and show of state power? I mean, some of these issues, Osha, a idea you are supposed to be able to have a certain conversation with the parties involved. Now, one more timeline. Say, you're more up to this time. You're more up to this time. Did we have all of those things happen? These are the things I ever share. Now, say, could we have handled this in a better way? Could we have handled this without necessarily using the showing the force, the level of force I are using? For me, I think, say, as a committee, you're better, you're chairman. I try to ranking them down. We will invite the ministry and the NCA, Naombe Kacha and EKOSIISEN, if it has anything to do with payments now, and then arrangements now, a war between the radio stations and the NCA. I mean, in 2017, now they shut down 131 radio stations. That was one of the loudest voices in getting that ban overturned and making sure that the right things were done. I mean, for me, I would always respect the authority of the NCA. People have asked the question, say, the act that sets up the NCA, is that act in conflict with the 1992 Constitution? Because the 1992 Constitution, said, information must be free. There's a fundamental right of Ghanaians to enjoy and get access to information. And it's a radio station, it's Asempa, Asempa. So why should we place a certain obligation on Asempa to be able to give that information to Ghana for. So we say Asempa for NCI because of that we shall say Asempa now. Are you not preventing Ghanaians who get their information and entertainment and education from Asempa? But the same constitution also who the spectrum of Ghana as a finite national resource. And say that argument is there. There are those who believe even the whole idea of the NCA charging licensing fees near the idea before people can broadcast now is wrong. It flies in the face of the fundamental rights of the citizens. Now they make the argument that radio stations then make profit off their enterprise and they must also pay something. If they have outstanding issues now, except you have given a radio station repeated warnings. Now one more in this one. You can act and enforce your act. But conversation is still ongoing. And I'm being very careful here with my choice of words and what I'm saying. The conversation is still ongoing between the radio station and the NC. Now, out of the blue, Operation Say because it sends a very bad signal of bad blood and not being forthright in the discussions that are ongoing. But if possible within next week, invite if the chairman is available, we would invite the NCA and the ministry to have their side of the story, possibly invite the media houses affected. And like I'm saying, a nationwide operation, I don't think it will affect just those two particular radio stations.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see how it proceeds. If it's going to lead to a shutdown, we want to ask ourselves the freedom of press, media freedom. The recent World Press Freedom Index, Ghana has dropped. We have dropped in the world rankings, which must say for the first time in many years, we are no longer number one in Africa. Sanyama Weibi, the world is going to be looking at and is going to be denting even further our already dented
EKOSIISEN on Asempa
we are living in a country where media men are afraid of doing their job. They are being threatened, both by state and non-state actors. You have instances where media men are being murdered. You have state instances where governments or political elements actually issue open threats to media men. They work scot-free. Now you have radio stations being shut down. We create a certain culture of silence that is creeping in. So we engage with many of you and your colleagues. Now, any mokasa, yetini mokasa. Say, obi koye story crapa osuro. Efubi abanimo say a media story we are. And the point is, since 1992, when we came into the democratic dispensation, now it's been something that we have collectively as a nation worked to get out of our body fiber and our body politics. Say the media would feel intimidated as they did under a military dictatorship. But who know within the past 3 years, don't give us a lot of hope. Say this government is really committed to press freedom, and for me, it's worrying because even though the NC is not under the Ministry of Information, we have a Ministry of Information that's headed by former journalist, one of your own from multimedia, and you would expect, say, Obeye, he will make a strong case. Honorable Kujo Ponkuma will make a strong case for media houses coming from that stock. Unfortunately, you don't seem to see that action on his part. Now, because
but is that factual? Say, action from his part, as you yourself alluded to, with the issue of the radio stations, anyone shut down by the NCA, if indeed, say, one obligations in the law, stations need to meet MET, now NCA take action. What can the information minister do?
So I made reference to the information minister in the larger picture of what we see. I mean, multimedia, just today, my journal online, you have a story that is saying that the NMC is basically throwing out government case it has made against one of your own, Manasseh Azuri Awuni. The information minister is at the forefront of government case against multimedia. So, I mean, that's the picture, the context in which I'm making my submission. So, he's part of the government. In fact, he is the spokesperson and critical advisor to government when it comes to media liaison. And so,
on Asempa
Fm. And for him to be at the forefront of an attack on what we call freedom of the press by trying to gag multimedia, by trying to gag one as Azuria Woody, is most unfortunate, and it is reflective of a larger picture. There's a certain level of intolerance. I mean, we even saw a cartoonist, Tilapia, or a cartoon, a cartoon of a vice president. There were state national security operators from the office of the vice president. Echo TV3, say almost Tilapia. I mean, that level of intolerance, is what is becoming worrying for anybody who knows the struggle.
But honorable, so we share an institution, be said the National Media Commission, or as a regulator of the space. It is a Minister of Information who speaks for government, who say media house A or B, I BB or more free say a problematic. Now say you sue the NCA route, the National Media Commission route. Now, is that bad?
No, you see, you must look at the merits of the case you are sending.
Okay.
Sanka case no merit now. I don't think the story
EKOSIISEN on Asempa
this
Fm
afternoon would have come up. The end. Okay. If I read that story right, the NMC is basically saying, and except my joy online is misreporting what the NMC said. But if my joy online is reporting accurately what NMC can, now maybe can say. Me kind what my journal line is they are saying government's case is without merit. What must say? So is it then the case say
story they say NMC say government cases without merit and
yes, that's what I read. That's what I read on my journal line. I'm trying to pull up the story right now so that we actually speak specific, so that I can even quote portions of it. Because at the end of the day, you need to be mindful of what government's position is. Yes, the NIC is there. You can use the NMC to you can make your case for the NMC. Do you want to use the NMC to gag the media, which is what government appears to be wanting to do? Ultimately, and so those are the issues that we are talking about here. Does government want to use the NMC to gag multimedia? Apart from that, you've seen a government boycott of multimedia. You've seen a government boycott of your major platforms. Over a story that has been done by one of your own. Is that the best approach government will use? So that is a certain level of intolerance that we are talking about. And that is what is feeding into all of this stereotyping. Which must say, and all of this, the atmosphere, media men are afraid to publish stories. Look at what has happened to Star FM's Edward Adeti. After doing the story on Roxy Bukari, Uncle Robin is his house, he's living in fear, he can't stay in his house. It's most unfortunate.
Honorable, my nase, that's a pap, so when I'm ready, dinko, be any best answer about Hobio. Why?
You can be kind story, about
NMC.
NMC, yes, because headline militia documentary. Government case against joint use at NMC utterly baseless. Now, we are my journal line. Now, Nipa and the picture that's so. My journal line. And I can say the National Media Commission is expected to hear a case brought by government against the multimedia group over a broadcast documentary militia at the heart of the nation. The hearing continues on Wednesday. The government is seeking to have the multimedia group reprimanded over the documentary, which is claims bad mouth at the government. So it goes on and on and on and on. But headline no.
Okay, headline no. But the NMC hasn't ruled yet on the case, Meboa.
I'm reading the headline on my journal line.
Okay.
Militia documentary. Government case against Joy News at NMC. Utterly baseless. And this story was posted on the 7th of May 2019 at 9:05 a.m. My journal line. Which must say. So except the suggestion will be that my journal line is misrepresenting the facts now. This is the headline.
Okay, Honorable Mayor Fancy, that's it. Why? You, into Honorable Sam Jatta George, a member of the Communications Committee in Ghana's Parliament, and I'm going to say, I don't know, Aiding Komo, EKOSIISEN Sony, Asempa FM. Now, on the Facebook page of the National Communications Authority, on the statement, we are to offer the EKOSIISEN, and with we no make kind of for it to me to say. NCA is shutting down unauthorized radio stations in compliance with the ruling of ECT. Also, radio stations operating without valid authorizations as determined by the 2017 FM broadcasting audit are being shut down with immediate effect as enforcement action in view of the decision of the Electronic Communications Tribunal. Following the FM spectrum audit in 2017, some stations were found to be in default and were fined by the authority. However, some of the stations in default were not satisfied and proceeded to various courts, Electronic Communications Tribunal and the High Court to appeal against the NCA's decision. This resulted in a decision by the ECT in 2018, which reviewed the status of expired FM radio broadcasting authorizations and which ruled, among others, that companies whose authorizations had expired reverted to the same position as a fresh applicant, while some stations shut down following this decision, others did not. To this end, and in line with Regulation 65(1) of the Electronic Communications Regulations 2011 LI 1991, which states that, quote, a person shall not use a radio frequency without authorization from the authority, unquote. The National Communications Authority is enforcing the shutdown of FM radio stations who are operating without authorization. It should be noted that as ruled by the ECT, submission of renewal application after expiry of authorization is not a valid application and therefore shall not be considered by the authority. While companies affected by this shutdown may submit fresh applications to the authority if they so wish, these applications shall go through the required procedure for new FM broadcasting authorization, and the outcome will be communicated to the applicant. General public is also informed that entities are only authorized to use frequencies for a specific duration or period. Frequencies are national asset and not the properties of users, as they are not assigned to users in perpetuity. The authority takes this opportunity to encourage all license and authorization holders to ensure compliance with the various terms of their licenses and authorizations, and as well the relevant regulations. Into way, any statement at NCA Ediato on Facebook page. Keep your thoughts coming. Now, this one says, good afternoon, OB. Sadly, Eric Ahianyo is not abreast with all the correspondence between NCA and his radio station, but he is emboldened to run down the NCA, tagging them of witch hunt and deliberately drawing the government into it. It is clear most companies that are so boastful fail to honor their tax and other obligations, and so the laws of the land, which we always speak as not being deterrent enough, must be supported to clamp down on all lawbreakers. Kwesi Reynolds who are going out obeying the honor they are bringing in Al Hassan may sooner aba ahomaneso. Yebeshe na betie di ono nso ewo ede emain me se waba ahomaneso the message a pray. Al Hassan Mesuna Yetema, East Constituency Communications Officer, say, what at all is happening to Kwame Nkrumah? Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana. Journalists are being chased out from the country because they are citizens trying to fight corruption in this current administration. Media houses are being shut down without notice. It is sad the rights of the citizens are being dribbled under President Nana Akufo-Addo, who claimed to be an advocate for press freedom in Ghana. Okay, that's Al Hassan Mesuna with this one. Okay. Let me see the other messages we've got here. Where is EKOSIISEN was Asempa 94.7 FM. Ma Yanshena Fe Frank Akwesi Owusu ewo Stuttgart, Germany. Say The NDC is refusing to allow Chairman of Swampofo to honor the police invitation, and that is setting a bad precedent. The claim that the media is currently under attack is untrue. Obi, do you feel threatened by any state muscle flexing? I'm advising the NDC to stop their propaganda and desist in openly flouting the laws of the state. It's unfortunate this is happening all over again. I thought media administrators will learn from what happened earlier, but no. It seems we are a country of procrastinators and lawlessness. Are we going to be a nation of pleaders? No. They should carry their cross. Farouk Watema.
EKOSIISEN on Asempa Fm.
We say, Alhaji Idris Muhammad should know better that the rule of law is the utmost winner and our laws must be respected. Obi, can you please resign and come to the UK? I've got a job for you. You are, today, more intelligent to waste your precious knowledge on what is going on in Ghana. Ghana is a sick nation. Julius in London. Julius, we have to be here and help heal our country, Ghana. And Ghana would need all its bright talent, to help do that. Inti okras ofri London background kebebwa yenyina, and let's help build this country. This is just the beginning of NDC agony. Chairman of Swampofo has been invited for an investigation. The NDC executives are not happy and calling their supporters. Okay, nobody has done that. Master Red Ewo Kaswa. Message is not endorsed, but I would want to do this. Me kind the akanama mo sampine babe kan South studio ha. Richard Ahiagba, Ambrose Eshia Amoa Eshia, and a Bernard enim PSC in the sampine. Richard Ahiagba, Ambrose Amoa Eshia, Bernard enim PSC will join me on the show. Now at the discussion segment, atwa moso. But before that, ma menhwe na yemfa we into me and twaso. EKOSIISEN suni ewa Asempa 94.7 FM. Maka havolin synthetic na manigram nso mabohu dewru e de akyeremo me pa chaw mo amotai she linen and afi cotton shirt. Said ye sheme ewa hai. Feco spray starch adaroma ena ejina so said ye wuhu ni. Feco spray starch ema atare ni gina so emu ehwam enti wow the spray watare so na wotoa ejina kama and this pleasant scent ema wo ho yehwam kama baby obi wura bia wa utimo sanioma ekoyie papa menka enada enti bomode na pebito so opesa woto atare mani gina so please look sharp na Feco spray starch. It's another quality product from Samara Company Limited. Omo boy na de EKOSIISEN ebremo ba me pa cho tie we na ye ntoaso EKOSIISEN so ni e wa Asempa FM tie we ma me ba sisi a
EKOSIISEN